I'm Daphne from Daps Makeup, here to give you the quick tea on luxury makeup. And today I am back with the Beiges Sun Kiss Healthy Glow Powder. You already knew that I was in love with the Deep Mauve, and I said May 1st, when they come out with the Deep Rose Gold, I was gonna get it. I didn't lie. I got them, so I got them both. I know you want to know the comparisons, particularly the bronzers. Does the Deep Rose Gold show on me? How do these two compare? So that's what I'm here for. Now, if you haven't already watched my first video, please go watch that one. I go in depth about the Deep Mauve and about this product in general. So yeah, obviously I'm going to talk to you about the Deep Rose Gold, but it's really about like how do these two compare. I use them both today in combination for this look, not just on my cheeks, but on my eyes. So I do have a demo video for that. So I'm also going to let you know, do these work for eyes as well as cheeks? How do these compare? Let's get talking. Okay, so here is the Deep Rose Gold. So I hope you can appreciate that. So this is a beauty. You have a coral tone blush, bronzer, and then a golden highlight. Just a reminder of what the Deep Mauve looks like. Here is a Deep Mauve. So you can see the blush on this is more berry. Then you have this one is more of a contour, bronzer. You can see it's more gray toned and deeper than the other one. And then the highlighter is more pinky toned. So let's look at them side by side. And there you go. So there you can see in the pan the differences. I'll show you a picture of swatches comparison so that you can see the difference between them. So yeah, there is a difference. Okay, guys, they are not the same. I mean, I think that was obvious, but they are not the same. Okay. Let me first show you the demo video so you can see me use both of them. You'll see me use the Deep Rose Gold on one side, the Mauve Deep on the other side. I do in the end on the cheeks use a little bit of both at the end just so that, you know, to even things out. And you'll also get to see me use all the shades on my eyes. And then we're going to really talk after watching those demo videos. See you in a minute. Guys, so I'm here today to use both the Sun Kiss powders in Deep Mauve and Deep Rose Gold, both on my face. I have already used them both on my own, so this is not a first impressions. If you've seen my previous video on the Deep Mauve, you've seen me use this on camera, but you haven't seen me use this on camera yet. So, but I figured, you know, the big thing is how do these compare? So I'm gonna put Rose Gold on this side of my face and Deep Mauve on this side of my face, and we'll see how they compare. Because I know especially the bronzers, you want to see how those compare. So, all right, and you're gonna notice I'm gonna use two different brushes for both sides. On the Rose Gold side, everything shows up on me, but it's not as pigmented as the Deep Mauve. So I'm gonna use more denser brushes compared to the Deep Mauve. I'm gonna use, you'll notice they're gonna be a little bit less dense. So let's start with the blush first. And I'm gonna use a Wayne Goss 13 brush. And we're gonna go into the blush first. I like to do my brush before my bronzer and highlighter. So I know you guys wanna see the bronzer, but we're gonna start with blush. So let's go on this side. And this is showing up beautifully. Previously when I've used this, I have actually used my soft cheek and it works, but I did have to kind of build it up a little bit, but with this dense brush, it just, you know, builds it up much faster. So this is the Rose Gold, the Deep Rose Gold blush, and as you can see, it has like a corally finish to it. Let me actually, we'll go back and forth. Let's do the Deep Mauve, the berry blush on this side. All right, going in with my Synergy Soft Cheek, and like I said, this is very pigmented. This is not as dense, and yeah, it's showing up very well. So, so there you can see it's, you know, more of a berry, cooler, deeper tone, and this is more of a lighter, brighter coral. Yeah, later I'm gonna have to kind of figure a way to kind of mix these two together, but those are the two blushes side by side. onto the bronzer. We're back with the Deep Rose Gold. I'm using my Niji Pro. This is actually the brush that I normally use with all my bronzers. So this is actually the typical brush that I would use. So you gotta make that face. I hope you can appreciate the bronzer there. I have nothing on this side. I'm also gonna put it on the temple of my forehead. So I think you can, hopefully you can appreciate that. So it is a beautiful bronzer. It does show up on me. I know that was always a concern with the show up on me. Would it be more just like a powder? No, it is definitely a bronzer. Okay, so it definitely shows up. And it is a true bronzer on me. All right, let's go on the other side for the Deep Mauve. Deep Mauve, this is more of a bronzer, and it's very pigmented. So I'm using my Sunji's Jumbo Bronzer, which is a much lighter pickup, and I'm going lightly into this one. And like I said, I purposely go lightly because the first time I ever used it, I went too hard into the pan, not realizing, and it's quite prominent. So I love it, but you know, I just want to be careful with it. So I hope you can appreciate it. And like I said, I am trying purposely. I don't like to go too hard with this one, but I hope you can appreciate how this is more warmer and this is more cooler tones and more bronzer contour. This is more of a true bronzer. See that you could see, you know, not saying it's gray, but more of a contour action, and this is more a bronzer. Okay, all right. Highlighters. All right, we're back to the Deep Rose Gold. So this gold shade is for me a true highlighter. Now, and hope you can see it on the brush, it's not the most blinding. It is a very natural highlighter. So hopefully you can appreciate that. It gives a natural glow. So this is gonna be natural. Golden on my skin. So on my skin tone, it's natural. It's not the lightest, not the most glittery, but it does what it does. All right. Now let's go to Deep Mauve. This one, this versus a highlighter, it can actually also be used as a blush topper. A lot of times I've been mixing it with my blush and using it as a blush topper. But let's see. I hope you can appreciate this. I might even switch brushes a little bit. I'm just flipping to the other side of the other brush, but you can see that. So this has a much more, and it's not icy, but this has definitely a much more icier color to it. To be honest, this is so natural that sometimes it kind of almost blends into my skin tone, where this actually pops more. So as a highlighter, this actually pops more. Now I know I'm mixing, but it was inevitable. So this is more of a natural, and this is more highlighter. Okay, so I try to even everything out with the blushes on both sides. So I got the rosy cheeks, so I need something on the eyes. I thought I would do something new for the first time on camera to see, would these work as eyeshadows? I don't think they've ever been advertised as being so if this is a fail, that's not on them, that's on me. But I've heard some people using it as eyeshadow, and I've been curious about that. So we're gonna try. Obviously, it's gonna be a very simple look, nothing too involved, as these aren't real shadows and there's no shimmers or anything like that. So let us go into the bronzer from the Deep Rose Gold. I'm using the Sonia G brush. What is this one? T6. It's huge. Probably the biggest brush you'll ever find, but I love to do like a bronzer where you're just kind of sweeping it all over. I think this is a great brush because I do have a lot of lid space. So let's just go all over because I figured this is pretty similar to my skin tone. So this would be good to like set my, I did put some eyeshadow primer, so it sets the eyeshadow primer, very natural. Everything is blending beautifully. So, you know, like if you're in a pinch and for some reason you didn't have eyeshadow or just are in a rush, I think this could work out. now we're gonna go into the bronzer from the Deep Mauve. I'm gonna switch brushes and try to provide some depth within my crease. So be right back. Sticking with Sonia G and Wooden Handles. This is the Crease M, I believe. So now I'm going into the Deep Mauve brush because this one is deeper and more cool tone. So I was just curious. I might switch brushes. I'm just, like I said, I'm doing this for the first time, so I don't really know what to expect. And these aren't true eyeshadows. So like I said, if this is a fail, it's not the product. It's just because I'm choosing to use it how I want to use it. So far, yeah, you know, it's blending nicely. It's nice, soft look. I'm going to just switch brushes just to see if I can just give a little more concentration. But I do see it providing some depth. Really loving Sonia G because it's all I'm using. My mini booster is my absolute favorite brush. Cannot live without this specific brush. So just to build up the depth even further. Look at that. So I'm just saying, if you're in a pinch, you could use these to do a soft eye look. Look at that. So now let's see what we're gonna put on the lids, huh? Back to Deep Rose, gonna go into the Coral. This is Sonia G Builder from the Lotus. I'm gonna do this more in the inner third, or inner half, inner 1/3. We'll see how much. Ooh, pretty coral. You know what? This ain't bad as eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna go into the deeper berry on the outer. Right. Debating flipping the brush with the Sonia G, but I might also use a Rephr 21, just because it's nice and small and flat. Let's see how well it picks up. If not, I can always switch back to Sonia G. Nope, that applies nicely. Just want to use different brushes, just to provide a little bit of depth. Ooh, you know what? I'm not mad at this eye look. You know, obviously it's going to be simple, but I am not mad. Now we got to use the highlighters in the inner corner. Can't figure out which highlighter to use. I keep going back and forth. I guess I'll go in the gold first. I don't know. Maybe I should use it under the brow. I don't know. We'll see how much it pops. So here's the gold. The gold is popping. Okay. Okay. But then I still want to see how the pink would do. Let me go on the other side and do the pink. And then I'll mix them together afterwards. I just want to see. Okay, so this is going to be, you know, more so, cause especially against the other pink, it's not as popping as much. So let's go back to the gold. Let's go back to the gold. Just wiping off the brush. Let's go back into gold. Now, obviously, it's going to get mixed in with the pink. But we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. I had to see how both looked. How could I just try just the one? But now I got to mix to the other side and make it match a little bit. Well, I should have just stuck with the gold in the first place. Okay. Should I put a little bit under the brow maybe? I don't know. So let me just clean things up, put mascara, and we'll complete the look. All right, so here is the final look. I'll get a little bit closer, but you know what? It actually worked as eyeshadow. On the lower lash line, I did use a Victoria Beckham eyeliner, Cherry Blossom, and a Ciate London pink mascara. It's called Be Brave. So that to emphasize the pink on the lower lash line, you know, and then mascara liner and all that stuff. But yeah, look at it as eyeshadow. You know, and my cheeks are glowing from the blush. I am bronzed. I am highlighted. All by using these. So you don't even have to go anywhere. All you need are these two and you're done. If you're curious what's on the lips, it is the Guerlain lip gloss, and this is in the shade Pop Rose Gold. So that's why my lips are popping. Oh. Yes. Foundation is also Chanel No. 1 BD 121. Okay guys, so we'll come back together and I will give you my last final thoughts on these two products, but you can already tell I love them. They both work on my skin tone. They are different, but they work together well. See you soon. Right, so I hope you appreciate watching them in action. So, Deep Rose Gold. So first and foremost, first question, does this work as a bronzer for me? Yes. I feared that this was going to be more skin tone, that I was going to having to use it more like an all over powder. No, it actually works as a true bronzer on me. So this shade, I hope you might not be able to appreciate it fully here, and let me also do it more on my inside arm. And let me turn on some light. You know, the lighting today, I tried to do everything natural lighting, but you know, it's been kind of gloomy these days, so I'm actually going to turn on lighting today. So there you go. So you can see it's still deeper than my skin tone, and it's warmer. So it truly does work as a bronzer on me compared to the Deep Mauve. You can see it's definitely number one deeper, and I hope you can appreciate it is more contour. It has a little bit more grayness to this, and this is more warmer, a little bit more red. Not red, but in comparison. So they are different, and they both work on me. Whenever I use the Deep Mauve, I use a less dense brush, and I go very lightly with it. When I use this one, I use my normal dense bronzer brush to pick up the product. So that's the difference in terms of how I use it with application. So in terms of specifically the bronzer, if you are deeper than me, then your preference probably is going to be, and probably you're better suited to have the Deep Mauve. If you are lighter than me, then this shade is probably the better shade for you. If you are my same skin tone, lucky you, because you can use both. And so it's just a question, do you want more of a bronzer, bronzer, or like me, be greedy and want them both? There you go. In terms of the blushes, so you know, this is obviously going to be universal, but to know, is it the same or not? So with the rose gold, it is, I hope you can appreciate, like a true coral, where, so that's nice and warm and a true coral. In here, we have a berry tone. You could see it's definitely much more pigmented and more cooler in tone, and a true berry. So once again, obviously both show up on me. I tend to like to use my normal soft cheek brush and go lightly with the Deep Mauve. With the Deep Rose Gold, I can use my soft cheek, but actually I even like to use a denser brush. So that, you know, the first time I used soft cheek, it worked, but I took my time to just build it up with the deeper brush. Obviously, I can get that pigment right away, but just in general, I can just be more liberal with the brush when I'm using Deep Rose Gold versus Deep Mauve. I'm actually very light-handed and deliberate with my placement. So let's talk about highlighter. So when it comes to the highlighter, when it comes to the Deep Rose Gold, so this is a traditional highlighter color. It's gold, so if you're my skin tone, gold is kind of like the standard. What I will say with this highlighter, obviously it's a good tone for my skin tone. It is very natural. I hope you can appreciate, like, this doesn't have much sparkles in it. It's not bling bling or in your face, so it comes off very natural. It's, you know, like a refined powder. So it's beautiful. It works on me, but it's not a very powerful highlighter, I would say. This highlighter, you know, is, you know, pink, but it's also a more cool tone. So everything about Deep Mauve is very cool toned versus Deep Rose Gold is more warm. So you can appreciate that it's cooler. And this one, I can pull off as highlighter. It does work because of the coolness of it. It does pop on my skin tone. What I also appreciate about this, because it is so pink, is that I can also mix it with my blush, and a lot of times I'm also using it as a blush topper. So it's very versatile in the sense that it can be your blush topper, it can be a true highlighter. You can work it how you want to work it. So believe it or not, they're both nice, but believe it or not, I actually kind of like this one better. I just feel like on my skin tone it pops more and it's more versatile. This is very subtle. It's beautiful, but subtle. Take this time out to bring out my other oversized products from Chanel. January of last year, they came out with this quartet, this quad. This is the Les Quatre Rouges et Jouets. So this was truly meant to be eyeshadow blush highlighter. So one thing about this, I've always kind of, said to you guys that as much as I love these three are not necessarily the best blush, not the best eyeshadow. It's just okay in all areas. But actually the best thing about this palette is actually the highlighter. And I want to compare this because this highlighter, okay, because it's gold, like the rose gold, but I'm going to be forced to put it over here, but you're going to still appreciate it. I think you can appreciate. Do you see how this highlighter is? So I'm going to tell you, just for highlighter goes, I prefer the gold highlighter in last year's quad versus this year. This is very subtle. So this, it's gorgeous. Now, when it comes to eyeshadow, like I said, these were meant to be eyeshadow versus, this isn't, I don't believe they said it's eyeshadow, but I decided to use it today. This worked fantastic as eyeshadow. I would even argue, I don't know, might be better than this as eyeshadow. I'm telling you. Number one, what helps is there's not, the problem with this one is there's not much variety in tones. It's all very, and I'm sorry if it's loud out. There's people outside doing lawn mowing, so I'm sorry about that. Landscapers are outside in the neighborhood, so sorry. But yeah, so these eyeshadows, they're very monotonous in color. And they're nice. I like to use them as a sweep of color, but I won't say they're the best eyeshadows. I would actually argue that these work better as eyeshadow. And then what was great is that I was able to use the browns in my crease to create this beautiful natural brown tone in my crease, and then I use the pinks and corals on the lid. Believe it or not, actually, I think this is a better eyeshadow formula, and it's not even supposed to be eyeshadow. Just saying. Lastly, I always rave about this. This is the Beiges Oversized Healthy Glow Sun Kiss Powder in Sun Bath Deep. And so this is the one that I have always used for myself as an all-over powder. I was wondering if this new powder from the rose gold, would this be truly as a bronzer, or would it basically be a replacement for this? I think you can already appreciate just in the pan how much deeper this is compared to this. So I think it should be obvious, but I'll swatch because I know there were questions about that. So this is like my skin tone. So this is why I use it as an all-over powder. So you can see how light that is versus the bronzers from the new palette. So this palette is truly a bronzer on me, and this is why I use this as an all-over powder for me. So yeah, not duplicates, not the same. So guys, I know these aren't cheap because it's Chanel, obviously. But I have to say it. I love them. I love them both. I'm not mad that I have both. If you're going, which one do I need? Like I basically told you, the big thing about the bronzer. So if you're much deeper than me, then obviously this is going to be a better bronzer for you. If you're much lighter than me, this is going to be a better bronzer for you. If you're on my skin tone, you can get away with both. So it's just a preference issue in terms of the tones. Obviously the blush is going to work for everybody. The highlighters, like I said, I actually prefer the highlighter in this one. It truly works as a true highlighter and brush topper. This one, it works, but it's very subtle on me. I'm not that impressed by the highlighter in this, and I have some much better gold highlighters from Chanel. Yeah, it's there, it's cool. But I'm in love with the bronzer and the blush, so I'm okay with this. And then all three of these work together. So in a funny way, I love them both. In certain circumstances, I might like the highlighter more in this one, but the bronzer more in this one, and then the blush depends on if I'm in the mood for berry or coral. So I'm going to be using both of these all year long, definitely this summer, but all year long. I love them both, have no regrets for both. Hopefully that was helpful if you're trying to decide which one to get, or maybe, yeah, sorry if I convinced you need them both, but I can't lie. So that's the story. That is the tea. And now our video has come to a close. So I hope you're having a great day. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my Kit channel. Also follow me on Instagram, Daps_makeup, because that's where I'm the most active. But until next time, bye. Hey, got some bonus content for you as a thank you for staying to the end of this video. So you may or may not have watched already my video where I gave my top 5 foundations and concealers. Hopefully you have, and if you haven't, go back and watch that video. But I'll give you a sneak peek. One of the top 5 concealers I mentioned was actually from Chanel. It's the Sublimage concealer, and at that time I actually didn't own it. I had just gotten samples. I loved it, but after doing that video, I said to myself, you know what? Let me just bite the bullet and finally buy this concealer. I've been wanting this for a whole year. It's expensive, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself as my Mother's Day present. So I ended up getting it. I want to show it to you, not only to unbox it with you and show you the beautiful concealer, but to show you the packaging. I ordered it through my Chanel SA, and she gave me beautiful Chanel Mother's Day packaging, which I was really dying to get. So let me show you the Mother's Day packaging. At the time of this taping, by the time you see this video, it's just a couple, Mother's Day is just a couple of days away. I don't know how long they'll be doing this Mother's Day packaging, but how gorgeous is this? Isn't this so pretty? So on one side, it just says Chanel, and then the other side, it has all the beautiful flower detail. But this coloring, instead of the normal just black and white, to have, this beautiful fluorescent pink and orange is just gorgeous. I'm saving this. I save my boxes. Anything that comes out unique. I have one classic one that I'll always keep, but anytime there's any unique design, I'm keeping them all. So my SA gave me this beautiful card, so the Chanel logo there, and then the design on the back, so matching the box. So this is just gorgeous. And then also put in a flower applique. It has a sticky in the back, so you could, attach, stick it to anywhere. So I'll see where in my beauty room that I plan to stick it, but how beautiful is this? So yeah, what I ended up getting was the Sublimage Le Correcteur Yeux. It is a radiance generating concealing eye cream, and she gave me some additional Sublimage samples, La Crème Yeux eye cream, and La Crème, which is the ultimate cream. Yep. All right, so I got a cream. Sorry, I'm using the lighting today. But this was the purchase. This is like the most expensive. I mean, I don't know if it truly is, but it feels like the most expensive concealer you can get. So at the top, it comes with a brush, cool brush, and also spatula. And then here is the bottle. So it's gorgeous. Even just to have this on the vanity is going to be beautiful. But I can tell you the formula is actually great. So I'm really looking forward to using this. So that's it. I just want to slip in this quick video as a thank you for all those who actually do watch all you know, all my full-length videos, because I know they're not short, but I can't help myself. I don't think I'm a talker, but somehow I end up talking more than I plan to. So, all right, goodbye for real. Bye.